Hi, welcome to the Last Word Podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
Today we're going to be doing our NFC record predictions. Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, starting off with the Chicago Bears. Last year they went 11-6. I think they're due for some regression, especially being that I think their defense led the league in turnovers. No, they led the league in interceptions. I believe that's bound to regress, but also, they got Dylan Thieneman in the draft, who I think was, personally think was a steal. Kobe Bryant, Devin Bush, Bradbury. I think they're losing a couple pieces, but they're getting the pieces right back. I think they're a playoff team still. As long as Caleb Williams can make those easy throws, we know he's probably the most talented quarterback in the NFL, but I think one more year with Ben Johnson. I think the Bears will be a really good team.
See, I'm going to have to kind of disagree with you. I think last year they got 11-6 because the interceptions, that swayed some games. I think this year, you're right. They're not going to lead the league in interceptions again, but I think this offense is going to take another step forward, and they're going to be back on the same path, 11-6 and rising.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Is it?
The offense is going to be good. I think the defense is going to regress a little bit, but the offense is going to make up for that.
Well, you said they regressed this year, but I think they'll be the same at 11-6.
Yeah, 10-7. I meant that the defense will regress a little bit, but they're patching up their wounds.
Well, yeah, they're on the right path. They're going to be a lot better this year. They're going to look a lot better.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions. This is a team last year I think people counted out. But look at the tail of the tape from last year. They were 9-8, and they had the fourth best offense in the league. And Jahmyr Gibbs is gonna be, he is gonna be a demon. No David Montgomery stealing touches from him anymore. I think Dan Campbell is gonna put this offense back on track. And they have an easy schedule this year. A lot of people, I don't know if people know that. They have a pretty easy schedule. This is a team that should be fighting for top of the conference. As for key additions, they added Cade Mays, who's solid center after they lost Frank Ragnow last year. And then they lost David Montgomery, but now you just unlock Jahmyr Gibbs fully. They lost Taylor Decker too, but they've been making replacements at the draft at O-line throughout the years anyways, so.
Yeah, I think another point is they were pretty injured last season. I can't remember exactly which players, but I think they led the league in defensive injuries. So that, on top of, like you said, an easy schedule, I think probably 12 wins is their floor, honestly. I think the one thing is they're getting a new offensive coordinator. That could, we're not exactly sure how that will play out, but it's the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell. They're going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, you have some of the best weapons in the league and a good quarterback there, Jared Goff.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, Green Bay Packers. I think this is probably the most shocking record I have at 7-10. Look, you always have to pin at least one team that's going to heavily underperform, and I think it's going to be this one. A ton of departures for the Packers. We're still not completely clear on the Josh Jacobs situation. Most likely going to be suspended. We don't know for how many games. Jordan Love, he'll either get you 3 touchdowns or he'll play the worst game of his career. I think he's been pretty inconsistent over the last couple years, overhyped. A lot of key departures. Yeah, I just don't see how they bounce back from last year. If you watch that wild card game from last year, like the picture we have on the screen, just an absolute, just completely sold the game. So, yeah, I think they're going to end up missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Packers are done riding the hype that Aaron Rodgers bought them. He bought them 3-4 years of good praise. It's over. Aaron Rodgers has not been on the team for forever already. Stop treating this team like they're so good. Who is their number one receiver? Who the hell is Christian Watson?
He hasn't been healthy.
Christian Watson hasn't been healthy. He had one good year when Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay. And now you're telling me he's going to have to replicate that production with fucking Jordan Love, Mr. Toyotathon. Yeah, I mean, people need to stop hyping up this team. They are going to be mediocre. We don't know about the Micah situation. Micah's on the
Yeah,
pup
I
list to
forgot to bring
start.
that up. Yeah,
Micah's on the pup list. Josh Jacobs is he even going? Is he even going to be on a roster? Is he going to be in jail?
we don't know.
We don't know. He might be reuniting with Henry Ruggs in the federal system. I mean, fuck, who knows? Um, they lost their defensive coordinator last year. Then their defense was their strong suit. I mean, they were a very mid team last year. I mean, honestly, people just had Green Bay being the Bears just because Aaron Rodgers used to always dunk on the Bears.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the Packers winning. I was pretty mad.
Yeah, I mean, why?
I bet on them.
Why? I mean, can you look back and even think why? Seeing how good the Bears performed.
Yeah, that was
I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I knew the Bears were gonna win. I mean, the Packers, they've been falling apart, and they lost starting linebacker. They lost linemen because I mean they've had so many big contracts trying to make a run with Jordan Love, and they lost all these players, all these pieces now.
Yeah, I think power creep is starting to set in the NFC, especially in this division. Like you can make a case the other three teams are improving steadily, and the Packers regress pretty steadily. So I don't see how they make the playoffs.
And the only person they got was Zaire Franklin. To all credit, Zaire Franklin is a pretty good linebacker.
It's good,
but that's not gonna offset everything you've lost.
Five key players.
Yeah. So, I mean, sorry, this is a mediocre team.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is another surprising record. Last year was just a shit show for the Vikings. I mean, and it was all down to the quarterback position, really. I mean, their defense with Brian Flores there is always good. But that quarterback room, I mean, J.J. McCarthy, we had some Carson Wentz, Max Brosmer. I mean, it was bad. I mean, Max Brosmer might be one of the worst quarterbacks in NFL history.
Bro, they threw him to that Seahawks defense. That was so sad. I can't believe they did that to him.
This is the only reason is we have them at 12-5 is they went 14-3 with Sam Darnold, who was, I mean, at his end's wit. I mean, he was drafted to the team in a fake quarterback competition because they just drafted a first-round quarterback. So he was essentially in a fake quarterback competition. You know, like you might be the starter for the first 4 weeks, and then you're gone. And then he lucks into, I mean, you know, he's like at the bottom of his career.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they turned him into 14-3, now Super Bowl champion, Sam Darnold.
Crazy.
So we're in a very similar situation with Kyler Murray where, I mean, he's just been dunked on. I mean, literally and figuratively, he's been dunked on by the NFL and media. So I think KOC can do it again. He's a quarterback whisperer. I mean, he made Kirk Cousins look so good for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I was willing to say Kirk Cousins was maybe top 12. He might have been 10 on some lists when he was in Minnesota. It's Kirk fucking Cousins. Kyler Murray, I just hope if they do that magic with him, that they don't make the same mistake with Sam Darnold. That's all I hope for them.
Yeah. I actually had this team going 14-3 first, then I kind of came down to my senses. I'm very high on this team. I mean, like Josh said, I mean they still have Brian Flores, 7th in defensive points per game, 26th in offensive points per game. I mean, look, Kyler Murray can throw the ball. If KOC can turn him into another Sam Darnold, he's got throwing power, he's got throwing accuracy, and he has a lot of mobility. I mean, this team is going to be ultra competitive in every game they play. So, yeah, sky's the limit for them, really. I think they're going to shock a lot of people.
I mean, Kyler Murray, people forget, he's an extremely talented quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from his time in high school when he was at Allen, I mean, he was insane. He was a first-round pick in 2 professional sports drafts. So, this guy is a guy with talent, and I think KOC can unlock that talent. Or reawaken.
He's never had a good system in Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's always been crap. I mean,
yeah,
he's done his best with what he's had. I mean, he had D-Hop, and he looked really good. Mm-hmm. And then he lost D-Hop, And then he got Marvin Harrison, and Marvin Harrison's just a bust.
But did JJ McCarthy just not have the talent? I mean, that's what I'm wondering.
JJ McCarthy can't throw to the left side of the field.
Dang, like nobody saw that when drafting. I mean, Sam.
A
Darnold's
lot of
got
people
talent.
saw. A lot of people saw that. A lot of people at Michigan could have told you that.
Damn.
But
still went as a top 10 pick. That's kind of
Kyler Murray has talent, and he now has a number one in Jay Jettis.
Oh yeah. Well, one more point about Jay Jettis. Like, yeah, Jay Jettis had the worst year of his career, obviously because of JJ McCarthy. Yeah, look for him to have a crazy bounce back. Probably over 100 receptions, 1,500 receiving yards. I mean,
High
that's
key
another
draft
really-
steal.
Yeah,
High key draft
High key a
steal.
draft steal if you're playing fantasy. Oh boy, where to begin? The Arizona Cardinals. Josh has them going 0-17, which is wow. I mean, when was the last time we saw a winless team? Probably like 20 years ago.
No. Like
Oh, the
2018.
Browns. I forgot about the Browns. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they have enough talent to win a couple games. You know, they got Trey McBride. You know, you could say he's, top 2, top 3 tight end.
Name someone else after Trey McBride.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett. Didn't they just sign Jacoby Brissett?
They just won. They just won the holdout.
Jacoby
They
Brissett
lost the
is-
holdout.
He's okay.
You tell me they lost a holdout to Jacoby Brissett, and they're gonna win games.
They also have Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think is a top 5 NFL bust.
Maserati Marv.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what happened to him. I was so high on him coming out of Ohio State.
He was
Now
insane.
Now he's dropping balls, like wide open balls. It's just kind of crazy.
He was insane.
Michael Wilson, though, underrated. Like if you're in a 12-man, like 14-man fantasy league, like Michael Wilson, I think he's a very underrated player. And I think he won a lot of people their fantasy playoffs last year. But getting back on point, they lose Kyler Murray, they lose Jalen Thompson. They get Mike LaFleur, which I don't really know what to say about that. Jeremiah Love, he's going to be running into a lot of walls. Don't pick him up in fantasy. I think once the situation gets better for Jeremiah, I think he'll really evolve into one of the elite backs in the NFL. But for right now, this team is just trying to tank as much as it can. And yeah, the season X Factor says it perfectly. Can they lose games consistently? Because it's actually kind of easy to accidentally lose a game sometimes. Because
Win
of,
a game.
Yeah, because of how competitive the NFL is. But yeah, this team's gonna suck.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love, he's going to be running into an Ashton JT similar situation that
Yeah.
Ashton JT had last year.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah. The LA Rams, oh my gosh, we go from one of the worst teams in the league to arguably one of the best. I mean,
The best, arguably.
this is the best team in the league. They are such a complete roster. I can't name a hole on the roster. They're not missing anything. The sky's the limit for the Rams. I mean, Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, they were first in offense. Didn't change anything about the offense. Right, 10th in defense, and all they did was add defense this year. They put everything in to put all their chips to defense. I mean, just look at this. Look how they played last year. Look at this, and I don't need to make an argument for them. It's self-explanatory. This is the best team in the league.
And I mean, you'd be kind of stupid. I mean, you wouldn't be stupid actually. Like if someone said this team's going 17-0, like you wouldn't even be able to look at them and be like, dude, you're stupid. Because I genuinely, like, they dominate. Like looking at the schedule, they dominate every team that they're going up against. Like roster wise, head coach wise, just like staff wise. I mean, like Josh said, there's not a single hole on this team. Then I don't think they can be beat. I think it's a similar to the 2021 Super Bowl run, but this roster
Better. This is better.
This roster is even more stacked.
I mean,
so,
I think this is the Super Bowl favorite. It has to be.
yeah, yeah,
Because this isn't a team that gets in the way of themselves ever.
no,
So I mean, there's no weakness. There's no reason to say they wouldn't go 17-0. Besides, that's just how the NFL works.
maybe their offensive line, but like
Their offensive line was good last year.
it
Though.
was good. Like if you have to point us a part that's like good and not like truly amazing, like maybe their offensive line, but I mean, it's still a good unit. So yeah, I mean, no one's beating this team. That's. Oh, whoops. There we go. San Francisco 49ers. This is a team that I'm kind of low on this year. I think just because George Kittle is a top 2 or 3 tight end in the league, and he's coming off of an Achilles. And to be honest, I really don't know if he's going to come back to form this year or even next year. So I think they're out of a tight end. Ricky Pearsall, he's been having knee problems. I don't know specifically what it is, but he's always injured. We know Ayuk is definitely not coming back to the Niners. So, I mean, who really is on this offense except for CMC, and he had over 450 touches last season. He turned 30 or 31 this season. So, I mean, how much more can his body do? And then defensively, they got Dre Greenlaw, someone else who is 2 years removed from an Achilles injury. I think Mike Evans, I think he's a good pickup, but again, he's someone who I don't think he's been healthy in a while, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, you look at the Niners, and most of their good players and good positions, they're just always injured. And we saw this a couple years ago. Like the Niners went 12-5, and the very next year they went 5-12. Lost a lot of people money, and I think something similar like that is going to happen. I do not have them making the playoffs.
See, I'm not even going to say you're wrong. I'm not even going to argue. I'm going to completely agree with you. It's just, I don't know. Last year, they did all that, right? They went 12-5 with an injured roster already. I don't know, man. I feel like this is one of the few teams where coaching genuinely makes a difference and carries this team. That's all I'm going to say is coaching makes a difference to make this team a good team. I mean, last year their defense was decimated.
Yeah, they had Robert Saleh. He's gone.
I mean, sure they lost Robert Saleh, but I mean they got back Raheem Morris, who's also a good defensive coordinator in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did bring in. I mean, last year was the odd year for them. They shouldn't have went 12-5 last year. This should have been this. I'm just saying this is the year they should have went 12-5, not last year. So I think there's a repeat here. They got lucky last year. I think this year they're gonna be good on the injury bug because last year they got hit pretty hard by the injury bug. They lost Brock Purdy for a while last year. The only guy that didn't get injured was C-Mac.
I think C-Mac probably gets injured.
This is C-Mac's odd year, right?
Yeah.
C-Mac plays every odd year, and the rest of the squad plays every even year. So they're gonna be out C-Mac and with everyone now.
Who are the receivers on this offense apart from Mike Evans?
You can pay me to tell you. I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, if C-Mac goes down, it's genuinely over.
I mean, I don't know. This team again, they find ways. They always find a way to be good.
I mean, I can respect that opinion, but they're a high variance team. That's what I'll say.
Seattle Seahawks, the reigning Super Bowl champions. What an offseason. They kind of did. I mean, I don't even know what they did, but I can't really say they got worse.
No?
I mean, I don't know what they did, but I'm looking at the roster. I can't say they got worse. I mean, they still got older key pieces. I mean, I guess you're pending a DeMarcus Lawrence, still figuring out if he wants to retire or not. You got Jadarian Price to replace Kenneth Walker. I mean, they were good, and I think they're gonna be good again this year. I mean, their defense is their hallmark. I do wonder how they're gonna adapt post Clint Kubiak. Hopefully, they can do good because Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold went 14-3 2 years in a row, but Sam Darnold had two great offensive minds with them 2 years in a row. I'm just wondering if this guy isn't a great offensive mind, maybe a mediocre offensive mind or a good offensive mind. Is Sam Darnold going to go from great to good and mediocre, or is he going to stay great? That's what I wonder. That's what I want to know. Sam Darnold's the biggest. I think everything around them is good. They have a pretty good roster around Sam Darnold. I just wonder how Sam Darnold is going to perform post Clint Kubiak. And then the defense, I'm not even worried.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, I think teams that go like 14-3 and then lose a bunch of pieces, I think they're just due for regression naturally. But like you say, I mean, they kept most of their key pieces. I mean, they did lose, Kobe Bryant, Boye Mafe, Kenneth
But
Walker.
those are all rotational pieces. Even Kenneth Walker, to an extent, was rotational.
Yeah,
He just had the really good game that got him his contract.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, most of this team is intact. I mean, they should make the playoffs barring Sam Darnold getting injured,
Sam Darnold
maybe.
not performing.
Yeah. And like you say, their defense is mostly intact, so this should be a playoff team again.
I want to make a correction. I said I didn't know, and now I just came to the epiphany that I do know what happened. Is that this team is rotation heavy. Outside of the O line and the corners, they are rotation heavy. They are dependent on rotating players in and out on the edge, on the D line, at safety, at line. Like they rotate everywhere. So that's why it doesn't look like they really lost anything because they rotate a lot. Like there's a lot of guys that just don't get big stat numbers.
Yeah. I mean, looking at this offensive and defensive points per game split, that's probably the most impressive split I've ever seen. First in points per game, third in defensive points per game.
But their special teams is really good.
Yeah,
Special
and their
teams
special
matters a
team.
lot. If you
Yeah, wow, this was the most complete team in the league last year.
Yeah,
But
especially
yeah,
down the
some
stretch.
regression, but yeah, easily at least 10 wins.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. Man, we might get some hate for this. No, probably a lot of people are Cowboys haters, but their line right now on Vegas is what, like maybe 8.5 wins, and me and Josh both have them at 12 wins. Listen, like this team offensively last year was one of the greatest offenses I've ever seen, just roster wise. I mean, you got George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams, who is a heavily underrated running back, Dak Prescott, who is at the very least an above average quarterback in the regular season. Um, Improving offensive line, good play caller. I mean, this offense is as complete as it gets. And then you look at the defense, and you see it on the screen right there, 32nd in defensive points per game. Uh, all the additions, all the draft choices. They probably made like one or two offensive draft choices.
It was just it was like depth.
Yeah, free agency, trades, and the draft was just all focused on defense. And I think you're going to see that come to fruition this year. Caleb Downs, who I think was the best player in the draft, he's not like a super important position, but he's a player who can really play all over the field and be BCP's sort of Swiss Army knife. D. Winters, Jalen Thompson, Rashawn Gary, and I think Christian Parker. Not many people know about him outside of Dallas and outside of Philly. But I think he's going to show people that he's going to be one of the great defensive minds moving forward in the NFL. We did lose Odigizua, but I mean, our bear front is still, intact. And this shouldn't even be a departure. This should be a celebration. The loss of Kenneth Murray, who 1 year -3. He doesn't even deserve for that to be written correctly. He was probably the worst player on our team last year. But yeah, I think this team is going to shock a lot of people. They do have a pretty difficult schedule, but they're going to do a hell of a lot better than 7-9-1. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think this is like a Rams off-brand Rams off-season. I mean, we just talked about the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had the best offense, and their defense was 10th, not 32nd, but 10th, lacking a little bit. But, they went all in on defense, and that was exactly the Cowboys. I mean, I think the Cowboys probably realistically should have been second or third offensively. But I mean, it's just so hard to be a good offense when you're down in every game because your defense just gives up every drive.
Yeah.
I mean, they've probably given up more drives than they stopped. I mean, yeah, I mean, I remember watching Cowboys games and like it was like they get one stop a game. Every other drive was a field goal or a touchdown for the Cowboys, unless they were facing the Raiders. That was the one exception where they actually got stops was the Raiders. But it looks like this team, Jerry Jones, is going all in on letting his coach Brian Schottenheimer, and Brian Schottenheimer is a hell of an offensive mind, actually. He's a little behind on the 12 personnel, but he's still a really good offensive mind that I think a lot of people are sleeping on. And he's made very good coaching hires. And yeah, Christian Parker, I don't know. This is a team that I think could make some moves. Seeing how you have to see how this defense performs. If the defense is top 10, this might be like a Super Bowl contender team. And it's really hard to get a 32nd ranked defense to top 10, but see, Christian Parker might just do that. I mean, he's a leader of men, and he's very young. He can relate to those players. I wouldn't be surprised if they can push some pieces around in the NFC.
Oh, definitely. No, I'm loving CP.
Philadelphia or New York Giants. This team is weird, but if you're a Giants fan, I think have hope. Have a lot of hope. I mean, if anything, this season will be very fun for you guys, even if it isn't the best season. I mean, you got so much. I mean, John Harbaugh, I don't like as a head coach. I feel like he's still riding that Super Bowl win way back when, right? But they got Isaiah Likely, who's a really good tight end. He was sitting behind Mark Andrews for a while. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why John Harbaugh brings him to Baltimore. I mean, New York. Why didn't he just play him in Baltimore? Maybe his whole plan was to not play Isaiah Likely to bring him to his next team. They got Tremaine Edmonds, who's a solid linebacker. DJ Reader, solid defensive tackle. They brought in Arvell Reese, who is an exciting player, and I'm really wondering where they're going to play him at. And they brought in Francis Mayoga, who's probably was one of the best linemen in the draft. They did lose Dexter Lawrence, but I mean, it helped them get their O-line, which when you have a quarterback who loves to run head first into defenses, you might need a better lineman. They lost some receiver, Wande Robinson. They lost Cordell Flott. Those are pretty big losses, but I mean, they got Odell Beckham. They did get Odell Beckham Jr., so that makes it all up. But I mean, the biggest thing is to see how Jackson Dart really performs this season. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks go through sophomore slumps. He looked pretty well in his first season. Also, can he avoid getting injured? Because I mean, he was in the blue tent almost every game he played. I mean, he was down drives every game he played.
Not slide.
He needs to learn to take care of himself. And then can Malik Neighbors? I mean, we just got it right. We just got the report that Malik Neighbors is gonna be missing some time, right?
Well, they say he's
Likely.
he's advanced on his recovery, but he's likely going to be on the PUP to start the season.
Yeah, and that really sucks. I really want to see how Jackson Dart plays. He never played with Malik Neighbors, I think, right? Malik Neighbors got injured before Jackson Dart got to play.
I think it was that same game.
The same
Did
game.
He get injured versus the Chargers? And that was Jackson Dart's first start?
I think so, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have...
Malik Neighbors, I mean, I really want to see him play with Jackson Dart. I think that's going to be an exciting thing to watch for the next few years. And then can Cam Scadaboo, well, stop. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, they were a bad team last year, but I think they're going to be middle of the pack team this year, but they're going to be really fun to watch and really fun to keep up with throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed pretty much every point. I mean, I'll say, again, for fantasy people, especially in deeper leagues, Isaiah Likely is going to have a good season. That's all I got to say on that. Laptop. Okay. Philadelphia Eagles. I have them going a calm 10-7, and so does Josh. Man, Kevin Patullo really put the fear of God in Philly fans. I enjoyed him being a Cowboys fan. I mean, that offense was absolutely disgusting to watch. But I do have belief in Sean Mannion, coming from the Sean McVay tree. I see Devontae Smith having a huge season. Jalen Hurts. A lot of people don't believe in Jalen Hurts, like the guy right next to me. I think he's going to have a breakout year throwing the ball. Mekhi Lemon, I think he'll also have an impact. I think this offense is just going to be way improved, especially for Saquon Barkley. I forgot about him. Saquon Barkley, he's going to have a huge bounce back season. They do lose Jalen Phillips. They do lose Nakobe Dean and Reed Blankenship. So naturally, this team will regress a little bit, but I think they'll barely make the playoffs as a wild card, right behind the Cowboys. Yeah. Oh, CP. They also lose CP to the Cowboys. I think it's going to hit this defense a little bit, and they're going to regress. They're not going to be fifth in defensive points per game anymore.
I think this is a team that's really shiny on the outside, but it's like a really nice car. And then you step into the car and it's covered in shit.
Oh,
There's shit on the inside of this team.
oh,
Um, I I want to go as far as say maybe CP was calling the plays in Philly last year for defensively because Vic Fangio was actually trying to retire this year and he had to be convinced to stay in Philly.
damn.
So that should tell you enough about the defensive core. Vic Fangio is an insane defensive mind, by the way. So I mean, I can see why they wanted to keep him, but I mean, if you feel like he's done already, I mean, I
Uh,
wonder, really wonder what the future for this team is if they don't bounce back. Because I don't know much about Sean Mannion. I mean, I know he was a quarterbacks coach in Green Bay under Matt LaFleur, and then he comes from Sean McVay. But Sean Mannion, I mean, what is his accolades? I mean, developing Jordan Love, the Toyota salesman, developing Malik Willis into a complete unknown.
yeah.
I don't know much about Sean Mannion. I mean, I guess it's again every other year. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl, but they had Kellen Moore. And Kellen Moore is a very interesting offensive mind to say the least. And again, he was an actual play caller in Dallas and in Chicago. And no, not Chicago, LA. Now we have a non-play calling offensive coordinator. This is a first-time play caller. I just really wonder how he's going to perform, and if he doesn't perform well, if Nick Sirianni might be on his way out after this season, and if Jalen Hurts might be on his way out after this season. I think this is a make or break season for the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, it looks like they're getting rid of the old with the AJ Brown. I mean, they're bringing in the new with Mekhi Lemon. They're like in this weird. They're trying to make a run, but I don't think they're committed fully enough to make a deep playoff run. In all
No,
honesty,
no, I think they would have done
they're
that.
in a weird state, and maybe again this might be a lot of Philadelphia Eagle favorites last seasons with the team.
Actually, did I have them making the playoffs? No, I had them missing the playoffs, actually, barely. I had the Bears beating them out for the seventh spot.
I don't want to discount them though, because again, I said they're a nice car with shit on the inside. You could still drive a nice car fast.
I think these two are gonna flip. I think offensive is gonna get way better, especially with the modern style offense, and the defense is gonna regress. I mean, I know Jalen Carter just got signed, but I mean, again, looking at those departures, I mean, losing a lot of pieces defensively.
Yeah, I don't know. Commanders. This is another really weird team to talk about because they didn't really add anybody besides Sonny Styles, but they didn't really lose anybody. I mean, they lost a lot of people, but those people weren't really performing well. So they didn't really lose anybody of importance, but they didn't really gain anybody either. I think this is a team in a soft rebuild. And they really need to see how their young pieces perform, especially Jaden Daniels. I don't know about Jaden Daniels. I really don't know. He's just giving me insane RG3 vibes. I mean, I saw a clip of him saying like he wanted to be back out on the field. It just reminds me of RG3 because that's exactly how RG3 acted. He got injured and he literally wanted to be out on the field the next week. It's Jaden Daniels is rushing his recovery, which I don't know. That's speculative, but if he is, that's not good. It's not a good sign. So I mean, seeing if Jaden Daniels can bounce back for the offense, and seeing if Sonny Styles can take over this defense. I mean, he has big shoes to fill with Bobby Wagner, but can he do that?
I mean, I think Sonny Styles will definitely be a Pro Bowl caliber player. I think the point about Jaden Daniels is the X factor, what's going to make or break this team. And I think both of us agree with that. But I think the difference between Jaden Daniels and RG3 is Jaden Daniels' major injury is to his non-throwing arm. I think he bruised his knee last season, but I think that wasn't like a major injury. He came back from that in a couple weeks. I think he's fully ready to go, and if he stays healthy, I mean, this is a team that could probably make the playoffs again. I personally don't think that they will, but I think they're going to be better, much better than 5-12.
They'll be an interesting watch to see what they do week to week. I just don't know because I mean, you give Jaden Daniels a lot of credit, and I will give him credit. He's a good player, but they lost. He wasn't out that much last season, and they lost a lot of games with him.
He missed 8 games, didn't he?
They lost a lot of games. I mean, that still doesn't make up 12 games.
Marcus Mariota is a criminal.
Marcus Mariota won a few games.
No, he did. He won 1 game out of. I'm gonna search this up right now. I could have sworn. Did he start? Bruh, last year. 8 games. Yeah, so 8 games. I mean, I think if Jaden Daniels is out there, I mean that's probably 5 extra wins, 4 extra wins, and we're talking about a 9-10 win team.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I didn't think so. The Atlanta Falcons. Is this me?
No, this is me. Do the jump scare. Oh, I guess I called it happening. The Atlanta Falcons. No faith in this team, really. I think James Pierce is going to be back to play, which is cool. But Bijan Robinson and Drake London are like your only good players on this team, and James Pierce, if he's even like 100% there mentally. Kevin Stefanski from Cleveland. How is he going to work as an OC? I think he's a big question mark.
He's the head coach.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, as a head coach. Who's the whatever. Tua coming in, I really don't know what that's going to do for your team offensively. I mean, I feel like he's just like a more experienced Michael Penix, but both of them are kind of like noodle arm, high accuracy, short throw type guys. I think Bijan is going to have a huge year, but I mean, this team's not really going anywhere. I'm kind of surprised they went 8-9 last season. I think they did have a pretty good defense, kind of an underrated defense last year. We'll see if that still holds. But as far as playoffs, I think they're still in a soft rebuild. I think probably a couple more years before they start to be competitive. I mean, they're not even in a tough division. I just think the Bucks are superior in pretty much every way. The Panthers got drastically better. The Saints are in a really good position. I think the Falcons are just kind of staying stagnant.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this team's a lot better than the record. I have them here. It's just, well, I guess yeah, it's kind of hard to get away with no quarterback. I think they are a very talented team. Just they don't have a quarterback. But I mean, I guess that's the biggest fucking thing is they don't have a quarterback, right? You can have all the talent in the world. If your quarterback's ass, you're not going far. But also, I just think they have a hard schedule, and I just can't see them really beating many teams on their schedule. Because again, they're not a bad team, but I just think they're worse than all the teams they have to face.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it.
Carolina Panthers this is another weird team. There's a lot of weird teams with the bottom of this. I mean, they brought in Jalen Phillips, Devin Lloyd, two exciting players in free agency that a lot of people wanted to see where they went. They probably had a lot of contracts on their tables, and they both ended up in Carolina. They didn't really lose players. I don't know. Carolina's always been moving in the right direction. I think just the biggest thing about this team, they're not even a bad team. They're a pretty talented team. So I guess the biggest thing with this team is like again with the Falcons is how would their quarterback Bryce Young perform? We've seen the worst of Bryce Young and we've seen the best of Bryce Young. He did good against the Rams and he's also played like ass against ass teams. He's played good against good teams, ass against ass teams.
Yeah.
So what is he gonna do this year is the big question for the Panthers. The real question that matters is what is he gonna do this year that will make a difference or break the team?
Yeah. I mean, I think we have about 2 or 3 years of sample size, and we know that like the first 4 games of the season, Bryce Young is gonna absolutely shit his pants. I think there was a stat where he didn't throw over 250 passing yards for like 10 consecutive games or something crazy like that. He's just super ass to start the season. And then late in the season, you'll see him beating like the Packers, or you'll see him beating like the the Cowboys, which they actually did last season. Yeah, again, like Josh said, this is a very weird team, but I'd say their defense got heavily improved. Only thing that's going to matter is how Bryce Young plays, and I personally just don't believe in Bryce Young. I think they went 8-9, and I think they regress a little bit to 6-11. New Orleans Saints. I think if you're a New Orleans Saints fan, I think you're pretty happy. I mean, especially down the stretch of last season. Tyler Shuck, I mean, really found a connection with Chris Olave. Was really running the offense efficiently. Now you get Travis A-Chan. That's how he likes his name, called Travis A-Chan. And then now you give him like a true X receiver in Jordan Tyson. I think this offense is gonna. I don't even know if they're gonna surprise people now because I think people are buying into the hype. They're gonna be a much better offense, much better than 28th overall in points per game. Defensively, I mean, they only lost to Mario Davis and Alontae Taylor. I think they're still going to be kind of mid defensively, but they're definitely going to outperform 6-11. I don't know by like a lot, but I think they'll definitely do better than 6-11.
Yeah, I gotta agree. They looked really good down the stretch. If they carry that momentum into the beginning of the schedule in this year, this might be. I want to say they push anyone around, but they could make a look like a fake NFC South giant, if you know what I'm saying. Like they have a good record, but they actually aren't, like the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, losing players when you're a shit team doesn't really matter. Gaining players does, and I think they gained all the right players. I mean, I don't know. I guess keep Alvin Kamara around, though. I mean, that's kind of cool, even though he's not going to play. He's been paid a lot of money to not play, but the Saints do business weird, but they're making it work very well.
Do they still have
They still have Cam Jordan.
Who's that other running back, though?
Keandre Miller.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they got 3 running backs. That's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them's just not going to play. We know that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a very mediocre team.
Yeah.
They gained some people, lost some people. I don't know. If I told you they would look mediocre last year, week 6, you would have called me a liar because they were looking really good. They were going toe to toe with the Seahawks and the Rams up until that point, and then they just kind of fell apart. I think it's like the opposite of the Saints, where down the stretch, they really just shot the bed, and they continued losing because they did get Kenneth Gainwell. I think Kenneth Gainwell was a pretty good running back, but I mean, they lost Mike Evans, who's a key piece. Jamel Dean was a good corner. I guess they replaced Alex Anzalone with Levante David. They did get Ruben Bain. That's a really nice piece. I want to see how he does in year 1. Ruben Bain and Baker are really the make or breaks for this team this year. If Ruben and Baker can do good, well, we're looking at a really good team here. If Baker can bake the Ruben.
Well, I think the truth about Baker is he's a very interesting character on and off the field. He's the type of quarterback where, like, when expectations are really low, he just comes out as like a top 5 quarterback. But then when there's expectations on him, like, hey, like you could, push for like a high seed in the NFC, like you're the man. Like he kind of shrinks a little bit. Yeah, I think this team will be good. They'll probably, I think 9-8 will probably be good enough to win the division.
They got pills for that these days. For performance when you're needed. But anyways.
Yeah. Kenneth Gainwell is an underrated signing. Anzalone is another underrated signing. And then Ruben Bain, a lot of people had Ruben Bain as their top player on the draft board. Just kind of crazy how he fell to 15th or 14th or whatever it was. But yeah, Ruben Bain, if he can be a monster and dominate the NFL, like this team can definitely exceed 10 wins, in my opinion.
Yeah. It just all depends. The NFC South is a really weird division where all these teams can realistically be really good. Well, yeah, all of them, except maybe the Falcons, but
Yeah, I don't trust the Falcons.
all of them are in weird situations. But anyways, that's the last of our videos for the season predictions. We're probably going to pivot into fantasy football. We might think about finishing up our all-time teams. Maybe we'll think about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll wait till the season's over, probably do a little review session on how right we were on all of our picks.
Oh yeah,
And
save all these screenshots. They will be coming back later. Save the audio bites. Make sure. But yeah, if you liked and you'd like to leave a comment, do that. If you dislike it, don't actually dislike the video. If you disagreed with us, leave a comment. We'll definitely debate you in the comment section. But please subscribe. Please like our video. Thank you. Have a good day.